ahead and record here
Okay.
also.
All right.
Okay, so as I was saying, if I want this channel is owned by super user, and if I want you to be able to add and remove videos from this channel, then you need to be a member of a group that I assign to this channel. Groups are managed in the security setting. And if I create a group in my account, that group belongs to me. But if I create a group in the super user account, then that group is available to everyone. Okay, so I'm going to create a group, and let's say I'm going to create a CISAN group, just so that we keep things simple here. I'm going to create a group, add new group. What was that, CI? Is that right? Anyway, so I'll go here, and let's say I want to make you wait, I'm sorry. There you go, Jose, right, there you go. Okay, so I can make you a member of that group. If I want to make somebody else, well, I don't know if Franco has an account in this, but probably not. But if I want to add other people to this group, I can. Right now, it's only you. So I save that group. Now I can go in and edit that group or remove it later. But if I want to allow members of this group, everybody who's a member of this group, to add and remove videos. Oh, as I wrote it wrong, but anyway. CISAN, if I go into the settings, now you'll see this group that I just created. And this setting is only allow people in this group to view, just to view as a viewer. But this second one is add and remove groups. So I can add this group. Now, once I save it, now when you log into your account, you can come here and say add and remove videos, and you'll be able to add videos to this channel. So if you notice, if I go in to your group or to your account, I'm going to log into your account here.
Okay.
I log into your account and I go to the admin portal. Now I can go in and add and remove videos. Even though I don't own the channel, you can add and remove videos because you're a member of the group that we assign to that channel. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So that's two different levels of access, right? One is owner, when you own the channel. The other is to be a member of a group that can add and remove videos from the channel.
Okay. Yes, the idea is that one person has one channel associated to his or her account. So that's because I thought that there is some kind of association, but in these cases, with using the security the security option in order to add the users, right?
Right, okay. To add the users. Now, those groups, if we do install a server for permanently, if you tie into Active Directory or things like that, you can make an Active Directory group so that all the members of your Active Directory group are automatically added to a Devos group. Okay, to make it easier.
Okay.
So
great.
But we wouldn't do that now until you have a permanent server, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Is that helpful?
Yes, great.
Okay.
I have another question.
Okay.
Well, I was trying to see how to change the colors or the colors and perhaps to add a logo of the university on the front. That's okay. So there was settings.
Yep. That is in the super portal. And your account, which I'm logged into, it does have super portal, right?
Okay.
So you can get in here and you can go to Devos settings. The logo is here. If you can either load from your current existing images, or you can add an image by uploading an image.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have an image file on your computer, you can upload it here
Mm-hmm.
and upload an image so that you can put that, and that will appear in 3 places, whatever you load here. Now you have to give it a title, like like NAM logo or something like that. If you already have a logo somewhere online, you can also just put a link to the image. But if you do that, you want to make sure that it doesn't change, right? Because otherwise it will break the link.
Mm-hmm.
Easiest way is just to upload an image that you have on your computer for your logo. So for example, if I found, let's see, you can even find it online.
Okay.
See, if I found, let's see, is this like this?
No,
No,
is
that's not right.
the third
This
one
one?
that one?
This one?
Yes, that one. Yeah,
Blue one?
the blue one. Yes.
Okay. All right.
With the goal,
So yeah. So we could save that, say, and all we would do then is we'd come here, we'd come to Devos settings, right? And then we will go to the general settings, system settings, add new image. And then we're going to say, and we're going to upload that image. And then we hit save. And now you have your logo here, and it will eventually appear here as well once we refresh. Actually, it takes a few minutes for it to update.
Okay.
But it takes a few minutes and then it'll update. But that will show up in 3 places. Now you see it's here now. We can use it in the future as well. So you can use it for a video, you can use it for other things also, if you need to. You only have to upload it once to your account.
Okay.
And then so now once that uploads, I'll have to wait for it to, oh, it's actually in the process. Anyway. So once then we have that logo here, you hit, oh, you know why I didn't do? I'm sorry. That's why I didn't hit save. See, I always have to catch myself from doing the same mistakes I tell other people not to do.
Okay.
So hit save. And now then we'll actually see the logo up here when we refresh. And you'll see now that logo, it will appear up here once it updates. And it'll also be on the system channels page. There it is. See? And also on your sign-in page.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now we have your logo there instead of the Devos logo. See? And if you want to change the colors, let's say you want to make it closer. We don't really have a good blue that matches this blue though, do we? Unfortunately, you're only limited to these colors that we have in our palette here, unfortunately. Be better if we had a better color there. We might be able to do something about that. I'll ask if that's possible, but it's just limited right now, and it's only going to be kind of the background of the menus and things. It doesn't change the colors on every page.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of the pages like this are just white, right? This will be actually it does change up here. So does that answer your question?
Yes, that's great.
Okay.
Thank you. And if I would like to change the language, is that possible?
So
I mean, manual
yeah,
or
I need to have a longer discussion with my boss. In fact, Pat and I probably need to talk with Rich. We knew that this was going to be something that we would need to talk with you about at some point.
Okay.
And
Not all
yes,
the.
there is a schema right there. I mean, the system language schema. Right now, there's the current install only has English in it, but it is built to be able to have multiple languages. So what I need to talk with Rich about, and Pat and I will talk with him about, is what options we have there, and not only with this, but also with any documentation like the manual and things like that. I know we've been talking about that. And Pat and I and Rich have had that conversation before about that. So that's something that we need to talk about.
Okay.
But I will get you an answer to that. It's not, I don't have an answer right now.
Okay. Yes, perhaps not all the system, but the final or the front end for the final user.
Right. Right. Especially like the menus and things, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Other questions?
No. I think that's all that I was trying to solve, but actually, I'm a little bit worried about the situation of the problem with the access when
the login and
login.
the link. Yes, I need to get you an answer to that. And it's going to mean that I need to look into the server a little bit more and look and see in the events, see if there were any errors and see what those errors might have been. It's a little bit, I'm a little bit challenged because I don't know exactly what the hardware is, right? So I have to look at just what's going on in the Windows operating system. So give me a little bit of time this afternoon to dig into that a little bit more.
Okay.
So that I can try to find out, because obviously we don't want ever for you not to be able to log in. Okay. And we always want the links to always work every time. They should always work. So we need to make sure that that's the case.
Can I ask one side question? In the groups, in the registration of groups, when the owner of the channel is registering people, so the names will appear. Now, what do the person gets in order to log into that account?
So if they're a member of a group, then they just log into their account, just like normal. And they will be identified as a member of that group.
Okay. So they don't need
Same thing with a team. If we create a UNAM team, for example, right? And we give, let's say we put in Jose and we'll give him one of the other names. What are the other names?
Maybe Pedro.
Pedro. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't remember off the top of my head. Here we go. Let's just put in there. We can add more later. And then I give the team whatever privileges the team should have, right? And then, so what happens is, I'll show you what happens. Once I give this this team, the proper privileges, take it away. And we can come back in and change what members are members of the team and actually what their permission or privileges are. So now you are a member of this team, UNAM team. So if I go into your account and I'm logging in to your account here, again, I'm doing through the super portal, right? Now, when I go in to create, let's say I want to create a channel. If I want to create a channel, say at the root, let's see if it's open. I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. So now this channel that I just created is owned by the team. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I didn't do it right. Sorry. I'm sorry. Let me do this again. I did it in order to do it as a team, I need to go into the channels view. Now you see in my channels here where it says show, there's now UNAM team channels. These are the channels that you own in your account. If I want to create a channel owned by the team, I go into the team. There are no channels, but I can create one. And I give it a team, so I call it a team channel. And we'll put it just right in the root. Now, when we see this, we'll see that there is a team channel. And if you see, it says created by UNAM team. Every member of the team now, you and Pedro at the time, right now, can go in and change the settings because you own it as the team. You can also change the ones of your own personal channel, but this is one owned by the team. Does that make sense? I know it's a little confusing.
Okay.
So this team is owned by you and Pedro together.
Okay. The team channel.
That's a little different than groups, right? Because groups, you can only add and remove videos. But if you own the team, with the team, you can do anything with the channel. You can manage the channel, change settings, delete it, change the name. And so can Pedro. Pedro can also. Just logged into his account.
So it has to be clear with what means a group and what means a team. So
correct. Yes. A team, think about it as a team is an account, basically. But it's an account of multiple users.
Right.
And that's why the team, acting as an account, can have its own privileges. And in fact, if I'm a member of that team, and the team has, say, managed channels privileges, but my account does not, that means I can still create a channel, but only for the team, not for myself. Right?
Yeah.
Or I can have both privileges on both and create channels either way. But groups is different because that's only for access to the channel to view or access to the channel to manage the videos.
Okay.
Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. So, yeah, for this, at this
and
time,
I'll leave this here for you. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Okay. No, it's okay. No, I mean, at this time, I think there were my doubts of using the users and teams. I think it's quite good. So I will check with my users in order to create the other to continue with this test.
Right. And remember one more thing. If you created, let's say you create a channel like this and you say, oh, I didn't want to own that channel myself. I want someone else to own that. You can always come to the system content page under the super portal. If you're an administrator like you can come to the system content page, find the channel here in the channels, and you can reassign that channel to either another user or to a team. So if you decide to change a channel and say, we want the team to own that channel, we can transfer it. From one user to another or to a team.
Yeah, because in this case, it owns to the super user, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah, and it says that here, publisher is the super user. But if I change it, like if I scroll down, you'll see that some of them are owned by you, and this one we just created is owned by the team. Right. So we can see who owns which ones. And change what we need. So by the end of the day today, I will send over, I'll send it to you first, Franco, maybe, and then you can, or I'll just send it to both of you. I'll send you whatever I find on the server. If I find any errors or anything, if I find the reason why you had that problem, I'll try to get you an answer by the end of the day there. I'll talk with Pat and Rich about, I don't know if we'll be able to get an answer on the languages today, but very soon we'll get you an answer on the language issue, and then we can go from there, right?
Absolutely.
Well, but thinking of the issue with the users, I don't know if there is another way to restart the server, or just well, in the first thing, I just thought that, okay, I'm going to restart the server, but I don't know if it's the correct procedure to try to fix that situation.
Yeah, I mean, it's when all else fails, right? that's that, you know, that will usually work. But one thing I want you to look for is when you're on the login screen here, you notice we don't have this tied to Active Directory, so this should only ever say none, right?
Okay.
But if you ever notice here, oh, I got to remove that. If you ever notice that this says nothing selected, every once in a while we have seen that, very rarely, but that usually indicates that there's a problem somewhere. And if we see that, we can correct it, but we need to know that that's what the problem is. And if it says nothing selected here, it doesn't say none, it says nothing selected. That means that the website is not communicating with the database. Okay. And there may be a communication problem, and every server has different issues where that might potentially happen. If that happens, we can fix it. We just need to know that that's the problem. That's why I was asking you maybe what that says here. Logs, because I want to see what, there may have been errors. If there's a communication problem with the database, I'll see it there. I'll see the error in the Windows logs, because I know where to look for that. And it will usually tell me, it'll indicate why that happened, or at least give me some indication as to why that happened. And sometimes it's based on whatever network it's on. Sometimes it's based on other things that are running on the server. So we have to look at all of those things.
Okay.
But that's what I'm going to do this afternoon, and look at it and make sure that everything is working the way it's supposed to.
Okay, great, Kevin. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Well, for me, no more questions at the moment. So I want to appreciate your help. Likewise.
Thank you for your time.
Okay.
Okay, we'll be in touch, Jose Luis, and after continue with the testing, and once Kevin reviews what's happening, then we can resume and make sure that everything works fine.
All right. Exactly.